So he was sitting there in the temple, and because he was sitting there and he was always interested in Vikranath, he would look at Vikranath like this, and one day a sadhu was going by that way, and he sang a song. So when Tukaram, very interested in songs, he looked at the sadhu. Because otherwise he would be sitting there and sleeping. Instead of sleeping, he was looking at the sadhu. Bajare manas Janavana Gunaseelam Murali Mohana Charu Kapolam Mukunda Neelam Murahari Jnanam. In this way the sadhu was singing. Sadhus have nothing to do. So they will be singing all this. But if you keep singing this, you will get bored. This is another question. Your Swamiji really, he went to America, he preached, you all became devotees, very nice. But the first one to go to America was our Swamiji. And our Swamiji went to America in Chicago. And in Chicago he was giving lectures. And in the lectures, our Swamiji, he was the first one to spread Vedic culture. And what was the Vedic culture? Vedic culture is, why was he Tulasi? What did they say? This was Vedic culture. So the Swamiji, they have nothing to do. And this Swamiji was telling, when he went to Chicago, he said, that on empty stomach, you cannot think of God. First fill the belly. This is the most important. So when Tukaram will be sitting there, and he will see the sadhu singing, and he will also be singing, and he will go on, Hari Bhajare, Hari Bhajare, Hari Bhajare, Hari Bhajare, and he will start dancing, and he will go around the stage, he will say, Hari Bhajare, Hari Hari Bhajare, Hari Hari Bhajare. The school will be finished, all the students are gone, and then Tukaram's mother is giving God. Husband has come back from the farm, from the field, and now he will say, what is this? You are simply coming back like this. You know where is your son? He has gone to the school and he never came back from the school. Then you say, oh, he didn't come back. He did very with some children. What children? All children have come and they have grown up. Still he has not come. Oh, well, anyway, so let me take a bath. Why you take a bath? You go find your son first, and then you come back. So then he gets up and he goes, take his father, he's under his house, and then he's going, and he's saying this one back, hey, 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 have you seen Tukaram? Tukaram, he never came to school. He didn't go to school. Oh, then he went to the teacher's house. Teacher's house at the end of the village. He went there and he stood outside. Say, Master Maharaj, oh Master Maharaj. Because the master comes out. And he says, what do you want? You and your son. You go to hell. Master Maharaj, don't curse me. You are Brahmin and I am Vaishya. If you curse me, then I will go to hell. And he said, why you go to hell? You are already in hell. Having given birth to somebody like this who has no interest in the Veda. But after all, Master Mind, we have to take the field only. What is the use of learning Veda? Now I know why your son is like this. You have no interest. You don't even know how to write A, A, O, U, E, E. You don't know. At least your son should study something. What is the use because everybody feeling sick? The main thing is that you have to be Brahmana, then you are human being. Otherwise, you are buffalo. So then, he said, Mahatma, do one thing. I am buffalo. And my son is also buffalo. So please tell me, that is my buffalo. So then he said, oh yeah, he is sitting there, he is counting how many lambs are there in the spider net in the Panduranga temple. Him and this Panduranga go. So then, oh, he is in Panduranga temple. So the poor old man, he walks in there. And then it's all dark there. It's not even a lamp. It's a poor village. Only during festival they light lamp. In the daytime they make offering. The pujari leaves at 4 o'clock. Because otherwise his bats are coming, the grass are coming, and the pujari is sad. So he goes away. Once in a year there is festival. And then people will bring in some grain and some mango and some potato. So whatever vegetable is there, then he will cook and make a big feast. And that's it, finished. The rest of the time he has to balance on the break. That's all. Nothing to eat. Simple village. So then the farmer man, he goes there and he looks. So dark. But then he saw that the floor is all wet. Hey, why is this wet like this? It is very bad. And he is trying to jump somewhere, seeing some dry place. There is no dry place, it's all wet. Why is it all wet? Why is it all wet? Why is it wet? Why is it wet? Why is it wet? Oh, you have to know. Why is it wet? Huh? Please. Oh, it's wet. Somebody is sitting there. What is it wet? He was there. Who was there? The guy who was there? Tuksaram. Because that 5-year-old boy was chanting, Hari, 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 he was having tears. And he's been crying for so many hours that the whole temple is flooded. And then, as the father was looking, he saw this little boy. He's jumping like this. I've been jumping for the past 4 hours, and there's nothing in the belly. And he's still going on. Hari, 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 Hari. Then the cry, what is this? He's a ghost here. He's making some funny sound. And then he started to say, ha, 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 and then he caught him crying. And then who was that? It was a small buffalo. Then he said, hey, he brought him outside. He said, Tukaram, what are you doing here? I don't know. You don't know what you are doing? So how are you doing it? I don't know. So I send you to the school. You teach it when you come to the temple. But then everybody came back. Why did you come back? I don't know. Then the father thought, by being in this dark temple in the evening time, some ghost has come on my son. So he said, all right, take the boy, brought to the home. Then he took some frankincense, put it on the fire, took some bucket of cowling water and a broomstick. He put the broomstick inside the cowling water. He had the frankincense on one hand. He was throwing the broomstick around his body like this so many times. He was circling it this way, circling it that way. And he was telling, hey Vittal, hey Vittal, hey Vittal, hey Vittal. Because all that they know is only Vittal. They don't know anything else. This village, everybody is Vittal devotee. So as he said, Vittal, 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 then he saw that Tukaram, this boy, he started jumping. As soon as he said Vittal, he will jump. Vittal, jump, Vittal, he jumps. Vittal, jump forward. He jumps forward, but the ceiling is not so high. It's a small house, grass roof. And when he comes to work, he had a hole in the roof and he fell off. He was looking everywhere and he got stuck. Then the father pulled him down. What are you doing? I thought by chanting Vishal then ghost will go, but the ghost is increasing here. So then Tukaram said, my dear father, I am not haunted by ghosts. I am haunted, but I am not haunted by ghosts. The father said, you are not haunted by ghosts. So then who is haunting you? Panduranga is haunting me. Vishal is haunting me. What can I do? The father said, I have never heard that Vishal comes and harms somebody. Vishal is Bhagavan. He doesn't harm. There's something wrong with you. Somebody else is harming you. Tell me, who are you? He told the broomstick. So then, Tukaram stood there and he started crying. And he said, all that I know is Vishal. I don't know anything else. And these stories spread all over the village. That this young boy, he is mad after Vishal. So one day, as the time is going by, when he was 7 years old, 2 Brahmins, they came to their house. And both of them were friends from nearby villages. They came and they asked Tukaram's father that we have our daughters. We want to give them in marriage to Tukaram. So then he said, "Oh Baba, you are all Brahmins and you have to come inside our house. This is very bad. If you go back, your wife may not let you inside your home. You don't even tell them that you were in Debu village. And in that village you went to this buffalo's house. And never on the way meet my Masama. The Masama will say that you are contaminated." So then the Brahmin said, no, your son is a brahmachari. And Tukaram was coming from there. And as soon as he heard that, he put his hand in his heart. Then he said, oh father, tell this to brother. So then the father said, hey, why you are telling like this? These uncles are very nice, they know Veda. Then Tukaram said, they are calling me a brahmachari. I don't want to hear that. So then the father asked Tukaram, what is a brahmachari? It's a very bad snake. Because he is a farmer. He doesn't know anything except plow and snake. Then Tukaram said, no, snakes are much better. Brahmachari is more dangerous. So don't entertain these people. Send them out. So then the father went to the Brahmin. He said, look here, you are all higher caste people. You know so many things. And my son also knows different things. I don't know anything. So you please leave my home. I don't want something dangerous like snake in my house. You go. So then the Brahmin said, we don't want to stay in your house. We simply want to give a Lakshmi to your son. So then the farmer said, this is wonderful. Both of you want to give your Lakshmi to my son. So there will be problem in my house. After all, he is only 7 years old. And he is always going better. He may not even marry. I cannot force him for marriage. If he wants to marry, I can tell him, yes, you marry. But even then I will look for a farmer buffalo house. Why should I look at Brahmin house? Then they say, we are also doing farming only. Baba, we are Brahmin by caste. But we are not doing any Brahminical activity. We are tilling the field also. We also know about snakes. Don't think only you know. So please, somehow you convince your son to marry our daughter. So these daughters were, of course, 5 years old. They were somewhere drawing their figures on the floor, playing marbles. So they were seriously discussing marriage. So anyway, they left. After crying and talking, they left. Then Tukaram's father, he told Tukaram's mother, these people are coming to our house. That's because of this stupid fellow, he doesn't even go to school. And people are saying that because he does not go to school, he is a jnani. I cannot understand it. I always thought if you went to school, then you are wise man. But these people are saying he is not going to school, he is very wise man. Anyway, I heard that others are very good. They always cook with the mothers, they clean the house, and they are not going for any other thing outside. They are always married to Tukaram. So then the wife said, Again, you do the same thing. There will be two wives biting each other. And Tukaram, he can't even make anything, he can't even collect some grapes, he will be jumping, pick up. And one wife they say, another wife does it. Whenever he comes, they will hit each other. When he comes down, they can't hit each other. You want this thing in our house? No. You select between the two, and you get one married to him. Anyway, he is not old enough for marriage now. He is only 7 years old. He waits for 2 more years. Anyway, we are laughing, but those days, you get married when you are 9 years old. It is called very Christian marriage. If a girl is more than 10 years and the father ties a rope around his neck, if he wouldn't get the girl married, this is very Christian. He should tie a rope and put in his neck and hang there, because he couldn't do Kanyadan. After that, she is not, after going in all the many beds, hanging like this and hitting everybody, and then she doesn't remain Kanya anymore. She is free. So that she won't make a good mother, and that mother won't bring up good children. This is why everybody will be Varna Shankara, unwanted population. So, finally Tukaram, poor Tukaram, he got married to one of them. This day came, and as soon as he says Vittal, he says Rukmani's name in Marathi is Rukmai. So when Tukaram says Vittal, he says Rukmai. Rukmai, not chapati, no roti, no sabji. Only Vittal and Rukmai. This is going on. And the poor mother-in-law is sitting there making roti for everyone. And then Tukaram, he goes to his mother, and when she claps hands by making chapati like this, he thinks up to that rhythm. And he uses that as salt, because there is no karsal available in the house. So this kind of madness is going on, and one time, when they were just chanting, Rukmai, he died. And now, Tukaram's father, now what he will do? He had one wife, he didn't even have any children, and now she is dead. What are we supposed to do? And then his mother-in-law was so attached to that girl, he couldn't feel the separation from her. In few weeks, she died. And then she died, and they took that body out. And after that, he took back the father of Tukaram. When he came back, he sat down. He looked at the roti that she left. A fool that such nice roti. You have gone, I will also go. Just one roti can create so much trouble. So he was also gone, and poor Tukaram, he was left with a house and a stove which is not burning, and cat is delivering baby inside that firewood stove. Because there is very little warmness from last week. Nobody cooked anything. And Tukaram is just sitting there, he just saying, Vittal. And people go by that house, they look and say, hey, look at this Tukaram family, everybody is there. Only he is there. Very soon he will also die. And this fellow is going around. And slowly, Krishna raised that. In the river of Indriyani, there was not a drop of water. There is not a drop of water. So, that means there is no field, no grain, there is no cultivation, no food, and big famine. Continuously for 4 years, there was no food. And people were so angry against each other, so envious against each other. And nobody even thought of Vittal. Nobody even thought of God. They were fighting all the time, pushing children in the middle of the road. Mothers were standing on the children. Why are you so pushing? He said, what is this? They say, I like my child, I like my husband, I like my wife. Now they are all killing each other. This way he was living. At that time, that Brahmin, between these 4 years of famine, that Brahmin came with some grain, and his daughter, he said, you marry my daughter, he will make some food for you. You are a great Brahmachari, you should be without food. So then he left the girl there and some grains and he left. So Tukaram got married to Jijabai. Now Jijabai is a very interesting character. This Jijabai has no other interest in this world except her husband. She only knows her husband. Because her mother told, your husband is a Brahmajnani. He doesn't know anything. So you have to maintain him. He will not eat. He will not drink. You have to force food into his mouth. You have to make him drink water. You have to make him sleep. Because he's a Brahmajnani. He doesn't know any of this. That is why he's known as a wise man. So she has started training, heavy duty training. So she came in there. And as soon as she came in, that day Tukaram, he was looking around like this and as usual trying to go out, sneak out of the door. And the guy he saw, he was standing there with the thing that they use for making chapati. He was holding it like this. He was standing there. He said, where are you going? And he remembered his mother, she used to do this too, with the right hand with the left hand. Where are you going? Come here. I'm going to make roti, you eat. And Tukaram said, but in this village, nobody has food. How will I eat? And he said, no problem, I'll close the door. And he said, but Jijabai, try to understand, we are living in this village. These are all our brothers, they are all our sisters, they are all our children. Jijabai said, but you forgot one thing, I am your wife. You go inside. I know, you are a Brahmajani, you don't know anything. Get it? Tukaram went in. What can you do? Heavy, with a chapati sticking there. So he sat down there, and then he was making this, like this, he was telling, you are making this? You are thinking that this is going to fill your belly, and your hunger will go. But it is illusion. After some time, you will be hungry again. Then she said, just keep quiet here. Otherwise you can jump and say bitter, which you are allowed to do. But don't talk all this knowledge to me. If I am hungry again, I will again make food, and I will eat. What is the problem? Then Tukaram said, but again you will be hungry, again you will be hungry, and again you will be hungry, and again you will be hungry, then what you will do? So then she said, then again I will make some roti, then I will eat. Then Tukaram said, nice. So he just sat down and said, bitter. He made roti, made sure there were 6 rotis, had ghee on it, cooked some dal, made him sit down, like a baby, put him in his mouth. And after he finished eating, he washed the pot, kept it there, he didn't eat anything, because there was not so much grain in the house. If he has to eat 6 rotis every day, then if he also eats, then how is it possible? So what she did, she washed that plate with a lot of water, and she drank it. And then she was just laying down like this. And then she said, can you chant with us? I'd like to hear your recitation. This way, Tukaram and Jijabai carried on. Jijabai had no other interest in life except Tukaram and this belly. She had to eat. And this is my duty. In this way, they continued. And by the grace of Buddha, one after another, 4 children were born to them. And every time when Tukaram jumped, they will all jump with him on this side. They are jumping, and the poor lady is to all of them. And Tukaram told them, what is the use of going to school? Don't go to school. And they said, yes, father, we won't go to school. He said, very good. So the master came one day. He was begging because he had some problem in his leg, and he said, hey, Tukaram! So Tukaram looked out. He said, Tukaram, your father was a buffalo. You are a buffalo. Now don't make your children buffalo. Just to the school. So then he said, everything has to be done sometimes according to Vedic system. And father is a buffalo, I am a buffalo. Let my children also be buffalo. If they are just children, then I will tell them. So in this no schooling, nothing. They are just playing all the time, chanting bitter. And the grain stock is decreasing. And one fine morning, when she opened the pot, she found there was nothing left. And in the village, already people are dying because there is no food. And then she saw Tukaram. She was, Vittal. She came to him and said, now you are no more small boy. We have 4 children. And I just saw the opposite house. They were carrying that baby because there was no food. And he was sitting here and just jumping all the time like this. But what about some food? Yes, something has to be done. And he said, oh, now he is coming to the temple. And he said, yes, why there is no drop of water in this river? Because everybody has forgotten Krishna. So something has to be done. I will go and perform kirtan, and everyone should chant the name of Hari, and there will be water in the river. Then if there is water, there will be grain. If there is grain, then there will be bread. Then there will be prasad. Then there will be feast. Then there will be festival. Then it will be joy. He walked out with his 4 sons. He said, I sat down and said, oh my God, why did I do this? So he was just little man, only 2 screws, now all the screws are loose. He's going to go and chant Krishna's name, and Krishna is going to pour water, and water will come to the river, and the river will go to the field, while a system for getting food. So he just sat down there, he didn't know what to do. And Tukaram went out. He went to every house, and he said, come out, chant the name of Hari. There is no water. We should pray to Krishna. Krishna will give rain. We should perform Sankirtan. They looked at him and said, you've been doing Sankirtan for so long, and in your house, up till now, there was some roti. Today, you are also like that. So what is the use of this Sankirtan? What is the use of this river? You completely became the river. Then Tukaram, by the end of the village, he visited all the houses, and his sons, they got tired. They just lay down on the road, and he was there, and he was looking at this whole village. It was all dark. There was no lamp. And you could catch the darkness and put it in your pocket. It was so dark. And he was walking in that darkness without even knowing. Sometimes he was stepping somewhere on the bush, sometimes the plants were cutting his side, and he was having blood coming out, and he was just walking, and he was thinking, why do these people not remember Krishna? What is wrong with them? And he started crying, Krishna, oh Vishwanath, please have some mercy for me. I have no knowledge. I don't know Vedas. I don't know Shastras. I have no guru. I have nothing. I only have you. You please guide me. Do something. And like a madman, he started running. And running, he came to the bank of Chandrabhaga. Chandrabhaga is another very beautiful river, which is surrounding the village of Pandharpur, where our Lord is situated. So he came in there, and he swam across the river. And he came and touched the land of Pandharpur, and he took that hand and he ate enough. He put it in his mouth and he was eating. Oh, very nice. He was putting more sand. Very nice. And his belly became full. He was fully satisfied by eating the sand on the bank of Chandrabhaga. And then he went into the temple. And then he saw the beautiful baby of Panduranga with Rukmini. Rukmini was also standing like this. That story is explained out. So as he came in there, he fell at the feet of Panduranga. And he started crying. He said, please do something. I don't see any hope in this world. I don't know why even people should live. Even if there was roti, so what is the use? To simply eat and sleep. Please give me some guidelines for how we can get some real hope. How can we understand the actual truth of this life? What is the goal of this life? You have to instruct me. In this way, he fainted. When he fainted, he had a vision. In that vision, he saw these 2 figures raising their hands and dancing. One was wearing a blue dress, another was wearing a golden dress. And they came up. Who are they? Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. And they came, and Chaitanya told Tukaram, distribute the name of God. This is absolute truth. One may have performed any sinful activity, and he may be suffering in any stage due to the reactions of the sinful activity. Simply by chanting the name of Krishna, all things will be settled properly. When the heart is cleansed, then everything will become normal. So you chant the name of Krishna, and I give you this mantra. You chant. And where is that Krishna? And then Gaur and Nitai, they just went this way, and they told Vishal, here is the Lord, here is Krishna. You chant his name. And then Tukaram also saw that Krishna and Rukmini, they were there, just looking at him and smiling. And then he saw Namadeva standing next to Vishal, holding his hand. And then he realized everything was in place. He knew who he was, he knew what he was supposed to do. He also got the initiation now, he also got the push from the Lord, everything is clear, so he got up. When he got up, he went out of the temple. And just at the entrance of the temple was a tambur. Tambur is a string instrument. When you play, it makes it sound long, long. He found that. Narada Muni, by his blessing, he expanded his tambur and he gave one tambur to him. Now you have it. Now you preach. Now the Chaitanya's initiation, Krishna's mercy, Narada's tambur, and Tukaram's passion for preaching. Now all that joined together, then you can imagine what would have happened. So he took that and he started dancing and singing. He was going everywhere. Panduranga Vitala Harinarayana Harinarayana Parayama Panduranga Vitala Harinarayana Parayama dead. He said, I died already. This is a new life. I have been chosen by Panduranga to give you the ultimate formula of peace. What is it? Everyone should simply chant the name of Vishal and do whatever things they are supposed to do according to their liking and according to their capacity. Some work you do for Krishna and always engage in Krishna. In this they were going from village to village. People were coming, hearing instructions, he was giving lectures, he was asking questions, he was answering them, and all the pandits came, they were sitting there, what about Upanishad, what about Itihasa? And he said, everything is in Vittal's name. He simply chant Vittal's name. There is nothing else necessary. And everyone was convinced too. And some of his customs, he will be sitting there, he will be telling, so, what is there in the Purana? What is there in the Veda? What is there in the Upanishad? It says one should remember Vittal, isn't it? He will ask, everybody will be keeping quiet, and somebody from the back of the satsang hall, on the back somebody will say, yes, Tukaram, what you say is right. Everyone should simply remember me. And everybody looks back, they can't see anybody. Because Panduranga was personally present in Tukaram's kirtan. And sometimes Tukaram will take his tambour and he will start dancing. And as he was dancing, people will be just sitting there, they won't be dancing, and suddenly they will see somebody stepping on them. Somebody stepping here, somebody stepped on there, somebody stepped. And they say, who is this? And then Tukaram will say, Panduranga is dancing, Panduranga. And then he hits, Panduranga. And then they all get up, and then Tukaram will say, get up, you also dance. They all dance. And this Panduranga was experienced in every word of Tukaram. And every time he explained, he said, what is the problem? Just chant Vittal's name. And they said, yes, there is no problem. And then 10 minutes later they were thinking, what about this one? What about that one? And they will run to him, Tukaramji, what about this problem? You just chant Vittal's name. Yeah, that's true. I just chant Vittal's name. And then after that they will all fight. They will say, what about this? What about that? First, let me go to Tukaram. They all come to Tukaram. Tukaram says, what's the problem? What? This man, he put his hands in this side, and all the gentlemen that side, he's fighting with me, he's not doing my work, he's my elder brother, why is he doing like this? Tukaram says, what do you have to do? Just raise your hand and chant Vittal. And he says, no, that is true. Why do you do that? They all raise their hands and say, chant Vittal. They are happy. They make resolution after resolution, there is no solution. But he simply says, chant Hare Krishna and be happy, and everything is there. And then they again fight, again conflict, again problem, again this. And again he says, just chant and be happy. Oh yeah, true, we forgot that. So this is the point. This is exactly the Hare Krishna movement, literal movement was going on. Then the Gita Bhai Hari, he came to know that Tukaram is coming back from Pandharpur and he is about 6 miles away. So on a rock, Tukaram was sitting. And he was singing a prayer which was composed by Shankaracharya. I want to sing it because there is no time. We simply explain what is in there. Shankaracharya, when he came to Pandharpur, he saw the deity of Vittal and he composed 8 prayers known as Vittal Ashtaka. Panduranga Ashtaka. In this Ashtaka he describes the beauty of Vittal now. How beautiful he is. Then he says, this is Parabrahma. This is the Brahman I am talking about. Parabrahma Lingam Hare Pandurangam. And Tukaram was singing that. Paje Pandurangam, Parabrahma Lingam, Paje Pandurangam. And then Sita was saying to the chapati. Then he said, hey, what is happening? You left 6 months ago. You have 4 children. Do you know whether they are living or dead? What is this Parabrahma Lingam? Wake up! Tukaram opened his head. He said, sorry. Even if he starts Yamaraj, he wants to die. How did you get here? And he started picking up his tambour and running away that way. Mirabai pulled his cloth away and went. You are talking of God? Say yes or no? Yes, I thought of God. You tell people to think of God? Yes, I do it. What's wrong with it? You tell people to serve God? Yes, I do it. So why you are stopping me from serving God? I didn't see you for 6 months. You could have easily served God according to your own wish. I left you and I was going to Pandharpur. Why you are telling me I am stopping you? Yes, my God is you. And I have to serve you. Get up and come with me. Tukaram said, but the thing is, the name of Peter and everyone should Sankirtan, all that is all right, but you understand the simple philosophy, I am your wife and I have to serve you. You don't understand this? Rukmini serves Peter now, all the time. Is Peter now running away from Rukmini? Peter is always with Rukmini. So then he said, but I am not Vittal and you are not Rukmini. And he said, but you may not be Vittal, but you are standing Vittal's name and I am always standing Rukmini's name. So how can that be Vittal's name, Vittal Rukmini's name? I may have to be that, but who is standing Rukmini's name? Give me that chance. Then he said, alright, I'll go with you. He just came back home. Tukaram came back. Hundreds of people were there waiting for him. And they were all inside his house trying to get a glimpse of Tukaram. Because his name is already spread all over there. And already Indiana river is filled with water. And people have come back to Vittal consciousness. And they are all waiting to touch his feet and tell him, we are very sorry. We called you buffalo. We called you madman. You please don't leave this village. And you do satsang here only. We will bring people. We will cook for them. We will serve them. We will have big Ekadasi festival. Whole night we should sing Kirtan. And Tukaram, when he came back, Vijaybai saw, our whole house is filled with people. But she has no place to stand. And she was standing outside. And as soon as Tukaram saw the people, he started, and he started giving all his explanation, question and answer. And the lady was standing outside, and she was knocking the window. And she said, it is 10 o'clock. Tukaram said, oh, she said, what do you want? It is 12 o'clock. What? Sunrise now. Oh, sunrise. Oh, sunrise is the best time for Krishna. Oh my God. So then she went around those people and said, please have some mercy. He may be your guru, but he is my husband. He has to eat something. And I have to give him something. If you people always sit here and say, I'm going to beat you all. You think it's a funny thing. It's all everyone out of the house. And he took out and said, oh, Vaishnavas, Bhagavatas, what are you doing to them? He said, what is this Bhagavata? Everyone get out. Because my husband is hungry. Hush his roti. This is philosophy. So then somehow they made a committee in the village that Jijabai will make some roti somewhere peacefully. And roti will be brought in time. And all the people will be sitting there. But while he is singing, somebody will hand him a roti with some food inside. And somebody will hand him over and sometimes he will somebody will give you. Because otherwise he is not interested in eating. I see they are eating. He simply wants to talk. His mind is going on his head. So what can he do? So then finally they made a committee. Salvation committee and the food committee. Both. So Jijabai will be kept engaged and everybody will get food. He could make more rotis because everybody was there listening to the kids and nobody cooked. So they gave all the grain to Jijabai and they said, you are a roti philosopher, you make roti all day. So when the people were helping us, and big community kitchen was started, and everybody was cooking together, offering together, and eating together. This was going on for a long, long time. And in between sometimes Tukaram would get so excited and leave home. And again Jijabai will go with a stick and bring him back home. In this way 6 times Tukaram ran away and 6 times he came back. So once when he was coming back, somebody gave him a sugar cane. So he was taking the sugar cane and he was coming like this, and then somebody gave him another sugar cane. Then there was a lot of sugar cane and people were carrying it for him and he was taking it and distributing to everyone. Finally 1 sugar cane was left when he reached home. So Jijabai was seeing all this. And what kind of man is he? He has got 4 children and a wife and himself. And he gave all the sugar cane, he brought only 1 sugar cane to the house. So when he came back, he said, Jijabai, he sugar cane. So he took it and fed him on his head. He said, he useless husband, and sleeping on his head, and he broke it into 2 pieces. And then he took it, and again he did on his head. He sat down, and then again it broke to pieces. Now it was broken to 6 pieces. So then Tukaram said, my dear Jijabai, what a kind heart you have. That I was giving 1 sugar cane to everyone, and you showed some anger simply to remind me there are 6 people in this house. So you broke it to 6 pieces. Now we can all have 1 piece. Victor, you have 1, I have 1. Jijabai started his speech and cried. He said, my dear Lord, what can I say? You are up there, I am down here. I am simply counting how many stomachs. And you are always thinking how to make everyone happy. So please excuse me. In this way, Jijabai was little bit saying, but don't change this thing. He carried it all the time. And now the last story. We have 4 more stories anyway. We'll complete it with this because we have time. So once he was performing Kirtan in Pandharpur on Ashad Shukla Ekadasi. This is a great festival. People come from different villages on the bullock cart and they have their belts tied in their legs and they are chanting like this, Rukumani Vittal, Rukumani Vittal. And all these people are coming and Tukaram is in ecstasy performing his Kirtan. At that time, Aurangzeb, the king, the Badshah king, Muslim king of Delhi, he sent a big army of people riding on horses. They came with their swords. They were looking for 1 man. This man's name is Shivaji. He was the king of Maharashtra at that time. And he was giving a big fight to the Muslims. And he was ruling, he was putting the shoes of his spiritual master on the Singhasan. And he was wearing a Jalwa cloth as a flag. And he made a rule, everybody should say Ram Ram when they see each other. So Aurangzeb was very upset with him. He somehow wanted to kill him, catch him, so many things, but every time he was failing. And now he knew that Shivaji goes for Ashada Shukla Ekadasi to Pandharpur for darshan and for Kirtan. So he sent his big army, all former, Hitler, they were given a word that anybody who brings Shivaji's head separates from his neck, he will be given 10,000 gold coins. They were all greedy for 10,000 gold coins, not out of any big national city. They were all surrounding the temple. The horses going walk around the temple. The Kirtan is going on. People are coming to Tukaram. They are saying, Tukaram ji, stop your Kirtan. The Muslim army is here. The Muslim army is here. They're going to kill